it's Debbie from Create Pretty Things, Talk Pretty Things. How are you guys doing today? I'm going to try and get this adjusted a little bit. All right, get started. Happy fall. I'm calling it fall because August is almost gone, and I'm going to create a cute little scarecrow today. I don't know if you can see it as well in this paper, so let me remove it. And it looks pretty subtle. If you look at it, it looks very subtle, but the outlines are there and it's going to be really cute. I've got this frame and I thought it looked kind of spooky, but also kind of fallish. And so I'm going to use this frame today to create on. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my video so I can see what's going on here on my Facebook page. Okay, I got it pulled up. So now I can see your comments and I can see everything else. Now this frame, I'm just going to open it up and I'm going to take this piece of paper that goes inside. So it is a weird shape. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a pencil and draw around the outline. And I'm going to cut it to shape. Okay. So I just got a piece of cardstock here. And it looks like the kids have been tossing it around a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay. We're just going to go ahead and cut it down. I'm just going to draw lines to outline the shape of this piece of paper and the frame, the glass that's going to be in it, and that is what we're going to chalk on today. So it's only cardstock. You can use watercolor paper. You can use really anything you want to chalk on, but I'm doing cardstock for today. I have my cute little cutter here. This is my favorite cutter. It's a Cricut cutter, but I like it because it's kind of compact, easy to use. And I'm just going to cut this down to size. And that's what we're going to chalk on. Okay, so got one edge cut off. Two down. No, I didn't trace that one. Let's get our pen back out and we're going to trace that corner. So you can cut it off. And then I cut the top and the other two corners. If you can, go ahead and slide it down to the base when you're cutting, because that's a straight line for sure, and it just kind of helps you keep everything level and you know that you're cutting it straight. It's a little bit more difficult to gauge where you're cutting on these diagonal lines, but this thing does a really good job. Okay, let's see if it's going to fit inside here. Let's shave off a little part of this top. Just a skosh amount. Okay, now it's going to fit. Done with my cutter. Let's set it aside. Okay, the thing about chalking on paper is that your transfers are sticky on the back. They have an adhesive on the back, and that's wonderful. Except that when it's really sticky, it could tear your paper. So there's a couple things you can do. One thing is to fuzz your transfer. Fuzzing just means to apply it to a piece of fabric so that it picks up a little bit of lint and it lessens that adhesive. Do that several times. You could also apply surface wax to your paper. I'm not going to do that. But I am just going to go ahead and put my transfer right in the center of this cardstock. And I'm going to smooth it down so there aren't any air bubbles. And this is what we have. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and chalk this design in just plain old black velvet paste. And this one is dry and I can't use it because it's at the very, very end. I always kind of save mine so that I get the best use of everything. I don't waste, but I do have one here. So I'm going to get my mini squeegee. And I'm just going to lightly go over this piece of paper to outline the whole design. And you'll see the magic. It's going to look cool just outlined, but we're going to do a little watercolor technique, which will make it look even more amazing. More amazing. Have you guys ever watercolored? It's fun. As you jump on tonight, the keyword is Scarecrow. Type in the word Scarecrow into the comments, and that will get you a link to your messenger with the shopping cart to this project. And just because you click on it doesn't mean you're obligated. All it does is show you what I'm using tonight. And from there, it's a pre-built cart link. You can add, remove, change. Tonight I'm going to use Shimmer Harvest for my sunflowers. Now, really, I think I would like to use Bumblebee or Brighter Yellow, but those colors are out of stock on the website. So instead of creating something that you guys will be frustrated at because I created it and you can't purchase it, I'm going to use a color that's in stock, and that is our Harvest, our Shimmer Harvest. And also that is in a small packet, so you don't have to buy a full thing. But you can change that. If you have a yellow already at home, you can definitely remove that. Okay, I'm going to peel this off. That looks great, guys. It didn't tear the paper or anything. I'm going to go ahead and clean this transfer. I'm just going to go ahead and spray it. I'm going to set this aside. Spray it with water. Now, black is one of our highly pigmented colors, and it is a little tougher to clean. And I also have lots of little dry pieces from the edge of my paste jar. I'm going to get this off. So I'm just going to take a paper towel, and I'm going to make 1 or 2 passes over my transfer with my paper towel to remove the bulk of that paste. So I could just use my board eraser if I wanted to, but it gets really dirty. So I'd rather use the paper towel first. And then I'm going to get my board eraser. Now the board eraser is just like a sponge. It's really good at cleaning all this paste out of all the hiding places. This transfer is made of silkscreen mesh. That is what allows it to go through to the other side, through your transfer, your design underneath, your weighting surface. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse off my sponge. Go ahead and wipe it one more time. You want to get all of that paste out of the silk screen. Now the black may stain your teal transfer, and that's okay. That's okay. If it does, that's all right. But you do want to get the paste out of there, because these are reusable between 8 and 12 times, these transfers. And if you get that paste out of there, it makes it perfect to use again. If you leave the paste in and let it dry, you're not going to get that new layer of paste to go through. So I'm going to dry both sides of this. And for now I'm going to put it, well, I always store it back on this backer, but we're going to reuse it again. So I'm just going to place it on here lightly. I'm going to kind of clean up my area. We're going to go ahead and dry. I love this. I love it. We're going to dry it just so I can start painting. So this is a heat tool. It's not very hot. It's meant for low temp drying. It's wonderful. Okay, so now I'm going to start watercoloring. And I might want to get out one of my little palettes. Here's one. So I'm going to try and water down some of my paste. I think I'm going to start with my green for my leaves. So this is chalk paste. I'm just going to go ahead and get some of my green, put it in this little well, and add a little bit of water, spritz it, and I'm just going to thin it out a little bit. That's all I'm doing. If I want to add more, I can. I'm going to thin this out. I'm going to raise my table just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to start with painting my leaves on this. And I'm not going to be real careful. I'm basically filling in whatever is outlined. So I can go over black lines that are already there, because when this is all painted in and dried, we're going to lay the transfer back over the top, add another layer of black paste, And we're going to put those designs back in. Yes, we are. So, let me see if I can get this bigger for me. Oh, yes, I can hear myself. Lovely. Okay, so this may seem a little time consuming to you, but it's really not. It goes really, really fast because you don't have to be very precise with it. Just try to stay in those lines and paint the leaves at this point. So it's Sunday afternoon. How does your weekend go? It's a 3-day weekend. We get an extra day of time off to spend with our friends, to not work, most of us, and maybe spend time with family. What do you guys do on Labor Day? Do you guys spend time with friends, family? Do you travel? And what do you eat on Labor Day? What do you eat on Labor Day? I actually went out for Mexican food today. We had a celebration yesterday with family. It was a lot of fun. We were celebrating a birthday. In the past, I've always spent the extra day off working in the yard, in the house. So while it wasn't really off for relaxation and leisure, it was a great day to get caught up on all the things that I needed to do around the house, the yard, and get ready for fall. What do you guys do for Labor Day? Are you a relaxer, a traveler? Do you go see a movie? A movie would be a great thing to do. Let's see. I think I've got most of my leaves done. I might do the base of these flowers a little bit. And then I'm going to do like my stems. I think I'm going to do his hat, the brim of his hat, green. Okay, let's see if I don't rinse this out. And let's move on to the yellow, or the Harvest, Shimmer Harvest. I'm going to go ahead and clean up my paintbrush with some water. Well, I'm trying to see if I've missed anything in the green. I don't think I have. So we've got our Shimmer Harvest. It's really pretty. It's also got a big bubble in there. Really pretty color. It's shimmery and it is very fall-like. Oh, I should water this down a little bit. Oh, and I've also got the wrong end of my paintbrush. I was wondering why it felt so hard. You learn while you go. Oh, and it's kind of mixing like with a green still. Let's clean that off a little better. Okay. Oops. How many times do you think I'm going to knock my water bottle overboard today? Probably a few. This is a little bit thicker than the other stuff. Okay, I'm just trying to get the point. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing. Just go ahead and dab over this. Get some paint on here. This is shimmery, so it's not going to be as great a deep concentrated color. It may have some opaque parts, and that's great because our sunflowers are going to be shimmery. Yeah, shimmery. One down. Oh, I see a green leaf. I forgot I knew it. I knew I would find one. This is pretty translucent. So I'm just going to kind of dot it on, maybe get it on a little thicker. Now yellow would be really pretty for these. They would really stand out. I think I'm going to do the stems in the Shimmer Harvest as well. Do you guys think of fall when you see a scarecrow? I used to love to decorate my front porch with a bale of hay and some little scarecrow sticks that I used to get from Michael's in the front yard, and put some little pumpkins on there and just make a little fall display. I haven't done that recently, but I do still love the scarecrows. Getting kind of messy on this, but that's okay. And it's harder to paint. Maybe I need a thinner paintbrush. This little stem. I'll do the stick kind of the same color. So this little stem is pretty thin. But it's going to look great no matter what you do, because we're going to go back over it. Okay. Do the little sticks at the end of his arms. And I want to do the hay coming out of his shirt. Going to do that shimmer harvest as well. Okay, let me go ahead and get my green again. Let me hit that one more time for that one leaf. Whoops, that I forgot. One leaf, I should say. Okay, and this is what we have so far. You can kind of see the details starting to come out. So it looked pretty, it was pretty in black, but it didn't really do it justice, I didn't think. Okay, so now I'm going to get my colonial blue, and we're going to paint in his shirt. So once again, I'm going to water it down with some just plain old tap water. Just get a little bit of paste in here. And this is what it kind of looks like a watercolor, but a little bit more substance to it. And you don't even have to water it down if you don't want to. You could use it just like it is. It'd be a darker color, a thicker consistency. Whatever you would like. I want to tell you guys a little bit about our Club Couture. So if you're wanting to try this, you can always message me and say, hey, I'd like to try this. And either I can send you out a sample or some kind of little kit for you to create with. Or we also offer something called a Club Couture, which is a subscription. It is a 3-month commitment to it. But what it is, it's a great way for you to try out Chalk Couture. It's $23.95, I believe, a month. And it gives you an 8.5 by 11 inch transfer and some kind of surface. It could be a makeup bag. It could be a wooden surface. It could be a piece of paper. It could be a chalk shape. So many things it could be. And it could be ink or paste. They always send out some, at least 2, I would say, coordinating chalk or ink colors that would coordinate with that transfer. They're exclusive transfers for the month for Club Couture and designers only. And they give you a great opportunity to try Chalk Couture, see if you like it. The commitment, like I said, is 3 months. And so after 3 months, if you don't like it, you can stop the subscription, but I'm sure you will like it. They offer a lot of variety, so each month is different. This month it was a makeup bag, and it had little bows on it. It's so cute. Next month, they have something else fun to offer, so that changes in 2 days. So if you're interested today in the little bag with the bows, you could sign up today and get that one, and then you'll start your subscription and you'll get the next month's sent automatically with your subscription. I'm just kind of thinning this out a little bit for next time. But it's a great way to try it at a minimum commitment. Now we also have a program called Perks Program. And what that is you sign up for Perks as a Perks member, and you get 30% off discount off of all your purchases. All your purchases. Now it does cost $20 a month, but you get $20 a month in product credit back right away. So it's almost like trying it for free because you get that product credit back. So that's a great thing to do. But you also, it's $20 a month. You get access to all our designer support. So we have a couple Facebook groups that people share things in, but you get that discount on all your purchases. So if you're interested in that, comment the word perks, and you can see what that's all about. If you are interested in the club projects, comment club, and you'll get a link to your messenger, and I'll tell you what to do to get more information on that. I'm thinking about painting his hair and his face a different color. Let's see. I've got this camel, maybe camel for his face. And I think I'll water that down as well, because I really don't want a lot of color on his face, just a little bit. And maybe I'll give him red hair. I don't know. Yeah, maybe red hair. Red hair to finish him off. So those are two fun ways to do things. The club, which is a subscription, $23.95 a month, and you get an 8.5 by 11-inch transfer, coordinating paste or ink, and the first month you'll get a squeegee. And then we also have the Perks Member Project, which gives you 30% discount every month, and it's $20 a month. You get $20 back in product credit, and it's fun as well. Especially when we have our Christmas stuff coming out, guys. It's gonna be really fun. It's coming out in a couple weeks, so stay tuned for that. That's my favorite. I love to decorate for Halloween and Christmas. Those are my two favorites. Okay. So this was just cherry paste, cherry red. I just did a little bit on his hair and his neckline. That wasn't included in the cart link, but you can certainly add it if you want to. This is what it looks like at this point, and I'm going to dry it. I'm going to dry it up. So your surfaces do not always have to be really expensive. This is a piece of cardstock. I did purchase a frame for it, but I have lots of frames laying around too, and I'm sure you do too. Now, you can also get some of we just started offering an inexpensive line of surfaces. They're not Simple Shapes. It's called the Chalk Spot, is where they're located. And it's kind of along the lines of Target's Bullseye Playground, where they have some inexpensive items there. So they are, I can show you one or two. Let me just wash my hands up a little bit. I'll show you a few. So these are very inexpensive, and they're not wood, I guess they're MDF maybe, but here are, okay, we have two versions of this round. See how thick they are? They're not very thick, but they are great to decorate on. This one comes with twine, so you can hang it, and this one does not come hole punched, but you can hole punch it. So those are our versions of this circle. Then we also have these squares. We have rectangles. And we have these small tags. They're not so small though. They have the twine and the hanger. I think those would be great for Christmas presents, for decorations, for ornaments. We have a larger circle. This one is 9 inches. a 9-inch circle. And then we have these larger tags. Look at these. These are called simple tags, and they're 9 by 12, and they have the hole punch and the twine at the top. So those are our new inexpensive surfaces. You know, some of our surfaces are just really, really nice. Most of our surfaces are. They're thick wood, they're heavy duty, they stand on their own. Then we have some medium ones like our chalk, what are they called? Chalk shapes are still white, and they're very nice, but they're thinner wood. And then they just came out with these kind of as an alternative, so that we have an option during days when we're not sure of how our inventory is going to flow, if tariffs are going to hold up our supplies or not. So we have got those as an option, and they actually work out really, really well. So if you're worried about cost, check these out. They're a great way to explore Chalk Couture, to get started, everything else. Okay, I've got my transfer, but since I dried this, and this is paper, whenever you're layering chalk over chalk or chalk on a freshly painted surface, you need to put some surface wax on your project. So this is dry. I'm just going to put a little bit of surface wax right over this and hope it doesn't spread anything. And what that does is it prevents it, or it helps prevent it from picking up the paste or tearing the paper, because we're going to put it back down. And as you put down the sticky transfer back over what you've chalked, its tendency is to grab on and not let go. So I applied a thin layer. Now I'm going to put my transfer right back on top of this, right back over. And these are see-through. I don't know if you guys can see, but you can see through these. And my transfer is dry. So I'm going to lay this back over, and it makes it really easy to line up your design with these transfers and get it right back where you want it. Sometimes you may not want it right back where you put it. You may want to do an offset on it sometimes. That would be fine. In this case today, we don't want to do that. We're going to use our black velvet, which is what we started at with. We're going to get our squeegee, and we're going to go right over what we've chalked, the whole thing. I'm just going to do it all again. And that will bring back all of our details that we may have lost when we were painting over our design. Okay. Trying to do this left-handed. You just don't want to get it on the paper. I have a few little spots on the paper already, and they aren't going to distract. They'll be fine, but I don't want to get it. So when you do your chalking, I always go over it one final time, pick up any extra paste. That helps it dry quicker, and it kind of smooths out any lines you have, kind of like paintbrush marks when you have paintbrushes lines. You want to kind of remove that, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and lift this off, and I'll let you guys see as I peel this off how it brought back all those details. Isn't that amazing? What a happy little guy. I think he's so cute. I like scarecrows anyway. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and clean our transfer again. And as I look at it, it does have quite a bit of black on it. I might have overdone it on that. So once again, I'm going to clean my transfer, both sides. Paper towel. One pass, paper towel. 2 pass. Try to get up all that dirty water. So then I lift my transfer up, and you're going to be able to see your design on my silicone mat. The silicone mat I really like, guys. I like to work on it because it does clean up. And you can see right now it looks kind of dirty. It's got stuff that's going to stain. It won't. Once I'm done, I can get some Dawn Power Wash or Windex and clean this up. Okay, so I'm just going over it to get it off the back, and then I'm going to get my board eraser and go lightly over this. Now, you want that sticky to stay on there. You want to preserve that, so you don't want to go too hard on it, but you do want to get all that paste out of both sides of the transfer. And this not magic, it's our board eraser, works like magic because it gets in all the nooks and crannies, and it's just the proper scrubbiness to clean it. You don't want anything that has chemicals on it because you don't want to harm that sticky on the back. Now, when your sticky transfer is wet, you can rub a paper towel over it. You just pass it right over. And then dry the front side. Now I'm going to show you guys that this is kind of stained looking. The dark part of the teal is kind of stained, but you can see through the silk screen, it is clean. So I'm just going to, I got some water on my backer. You want this to be completely dry because you're going to put this in a cellophane wrapper and protect it. You're going to put it right back on the white side of this backer. And you're going to put it in the cellophane sleeve that it came in, which is right here. Now these sleeves are great at protecting them, and also it has the directions on the back, and down here it'll tell you what the name of the transfer is. The name of the transfer is also at the very bottom, so if you ever have a question about the name of the transfer, that's how you find it, 2 spots. And you can always look it up online. I'm going to go ahead and slide this back into this protective wrapper. It's got a resealable flap at the bottom. And make sure everything's attached to the backer. And seal it. And this is how I store it. Okay, I'm going to dry this in just a second, but before I do, I want to show you how to clean my mat. I can actually put all my pastes away. Now what I'm going to do is just spray this. This is Dawn Power Wash for my silicone mat. I like to spray it on here. You can let it sit for a little bit if you want to. But I'm just going to wipe this up. And if I need to, I can rinse it with water. But this does a great job cleaning this mat. And I can work at this a little bit longer later. But for now, it's kind of at a point where I know that I can get it clean. And looking at it doesn't bother me. Okay? Okay. Okay. I've got my little Scarecrow here. I'm going to go ahead and dry him because I'm going to put him in the frame. Truthfully, guys, I could have gone a little lighter with pressure on the black because it's got some really thick areas of black paste down here, but it really did bring it out. It makes it stand out more. Okay, so now that it's dry, I'm just going to open up my frame and place this right in here. I'm just going to put this in there for fun. I might put this back in here too, because if I want to trace out another piece of paper to chalk on, at least I have that size traced out. Look at it, guys. What do you guys think? I absolutely love it. Do you love it? Give it a heart if you love it. I think it's so stinking cute. Okay, that's our Scarecrow. If you want any products, let me know. Just message me. I'll message you back. If you want to check out the cart link I built, type in the word Scarecrow. And if you want to know about the club, type in club. And if you want to know about the perks pack, the perks member, where you get a 30% discount on all purchases, type in perks to learn more. I love this, guys. I hope you do too.